Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brendan and this is Scared to Death for Fun. We're getting to a quick one today because my boyfriend's on his way home and I don't want him to walk in when I'm filming, okay? So we're gonna go, okay? I feel like I'm sinking down in this seat right now. Hello everybody, my name is Brendan. Welcome back to Scared to Death for Fun. Today's a review of Ouija Origins of Evil. And I have to amend a statement. I have to amend my decree that I declared in my last video about Oculus. Ouija Origins of Evil isn't as good as I remember. Not as good. Not as good. Ouija Origins of Evil is actually currently streaming on Netflix in the US. So if you have a VPN, go ahead and check it out if you have not seen it. But in my Oculus video, I was gushing about Mike Flanagan. And I do still very much like Mike Flanagan. This movie is not bad. I need to preface. I keep saying I need to preface. I don't want y'all to think I'm always doing negative reviews. Oculus was my only positive one, and this one is still positive, but I remember it being better, okay? I am going to chop it up to the fact that Ouija Origins of Evil is a PG-13 horror movie, so there are limits. However, in that case, if you're looking for a very good PG-13 horror movie, I would still recommend this one. So let me just get into the overview really quick. Ouija Origins of Evil is a 2016 horror mystery horror movie. I don't know why I said it twice. It has 6.2 out of 10 on IMDb, 83% on Rotten Tomatoes, 3.5 on Common Sense Media. I don't know what the fuck that is. And 73% of Google users like this movie. It stars Lulu Wilson as Doris, the main character. She does amazing. Everybody honestly does amazing in this movie. Elizabeth Racer as Alice. Annalise Basso, she's also in Oculus, love her. Ouija Origins of Evil is a prequel to the original Ouija, which came out in 2014. I still have not seen the original Ouija. I know I said that in my Oculus video. I don't know if I'd ever watch it. It got very bad reviews, and the good reviews on this one basically said how much better it was than the original. So I don't have a need. I have no real desire to watch. But I do enjoy this movie, okay? I just was taken aback by how much I wasn't scared watching it. To preface, I'm not a big supernatural, I'm not a big possession girly, okay? I've never seen the original Exorcist. We have it on DVD, I've never seen it. That's a movie I don't even know if I want to watch. I'm not big onto all the exorcism possession movies, and this isn't necessarily an exorcism. It gets a little bit like that, but Doris, the little girl, spoilers, by the way, Doris does end up getting possessed, so it does deal with possession and a Ouija board, clearly. But yeah, I remember watching this. Once again, I've talked about this multiple times on my channel. This movie is in my Blumhouse bundle pack. And I remember watching it, I think like in 2018 or something, when I got this bundle pack. And I enjoyed it. I remember it being scary. Maybe it was more scary back then because I was newer to horror and I was less adjusted to possession movies. I can watch possession movies and movies where there are demons and possessions. It's just more scary to me than I think it is to other people. So maybe it was affecting me a little bit more. Brief rundown of the plot. It focuses on this family of a mother and her two daughters. Doris is the youngest. She's like in elementary school. The other one's a sophomore in high school, and then the mother. And we find out throughout the movie that the father has passed away. And they run a scam, like psychic business, but the mother always is like, oh my god, it's to help people, it's to help people. And one day, the middle daughter, who's played by Annalise Basso, her name's Paulina, she goes to her friend's house and they play a Ouija board, and she's like, it's a joke. So the mother buys one for the scam business, and the youngest daughter, Doris, is still like trying to talk to the father. She prays to him every night. So she ends up using the board to try to talk to her father. And she thinks she's talking to her father, but she's really talking to a demon. And the demon ends up possessing her. And it basically just wrecks the whole fucking family. The whole family gets wrecked. The priest that comes to help them, that is their like, I was going to say president of their school. The principal of the school, because they go to a Catholic school. And the boyfriend of the eldest daughter. So everybody, they all get fucked up by this demon. right off the bat, everybody does a great job in this movie. Doris, the little girl, is the star, and she holds her weight. I don't know how old she was when this movie came out, or when this movie was made, but she does a really good job. She is definitely a creepy kid. I'm sure it's difficult to play your own character. It's difficult enough, I feel like, to act, but then to have to act as another character that's possessing you is crazy to me. Similar to what I was saying about Mike Flanagan and Oculus, this movie is very like family drama heavy, and I think horror movies thrive the best in those environments. When there is a plot that you can latch onto, they are grieving still the death of their father, and that's even how the horror infiltrates this family. The things that are shown to us are very effective. There are very tense moments where we see a demon in the background, which I forgot some of those moments happened. There's a moment where Doris uses, I didn't even know that this was a function of the Ouija board, but the little dial that you use, there's a hole in it, and in this one it's a mirror. You can see through it. I didn't know that you were supposed to do that. I don't fuck with Ouija boards, clearly, okay? That brings a lot of horror elements where multiple people actually see demons through it, and those aspects were very effective. I think I just remember there being more. So if you're looking for maybe an introduction movie before you get to more scarier, intense movies, this is a good step. It's very creepy, it's very tense, it's very well made, well acted, it has a good story, I think, at the heart of it. If you can get through the trailer, I feel like you could probably get through the movie. I don't think the horror from the trailer is much different from what's in the film. I will say, as I am recommending this movie as a very well-made PG-13 horror movie, the ending, evil wins, okay? And I understand that this film has to set up the original, so I do think that the ending is probably weak. I remember my initial watch, I didn't really like the ending, and this time around, I liked it a little bit more than what I remembered, but I still was not thrilled. It's kind of weak. There's rules to a Ouija board, which again, I don't know any of the fucking lore behind a Ouija board. But apparently, this is a big side note, by the way. My partner and I we live in Baltimore City still technically, but we live closer to the county. But we used to live in the heat of Baltimore City, and we used to go to the 7-Eleven all the time. That apparently is where the Ouija board originated. And we never knew that. We saw some video about it. We both were talking about it. So I've apparently been to where the Ouija board originated, and apparently it's from Baltimore. So, hey. Anyway, back to the movie. I have not seen Mike Flanagan's Netflix TV shows. However, in Oculus, similarly, evil wins. So that is the case here. I appreciate that there's horror that cannot be overcome by a simple little family. And I also appreciate that there's suffering consequences, because the whole time throughout the movie, the eldest daughter is the only one that's hey, we shouldn't be fucking, Doris is acting weird, Mom. We should not be fucking with this. And the mom's it's her father. He's possessing her. It's so amazing. But no. And the mother gets killed, and the only survivor is the eldest daughter. And she's put into a mental institution. And then the eldest daughter is still possessed by demons. And she ends up contacting Doris, because Doris is still a host. It's weird. I don't fully understand the lore, or I don't understand how the Ouija board is supposed to work. So the eldest daughter is still alive, and Doris is still an entity of some sort. So evil wins. Love that. Love when evil wins. Love it. Woo! The plot's very good. Nothing's too graphic. There is some trigger warnings, I guess, for hanging. Everybody that you meet in the story is probably gonna die. I think everybody dies. So the body count is, I wouldn't say high, but in relation to the characters that we meet in the film, it's kind of high. A large percentage of the people we meet die, but nothing's graphic. Someone gets hanged, but it's not scary. There is a little bit of Doris climbing on the wall. And I do enjoy how they portray the possessing, because she like tilts her head and she's like, and like her eyes go white. For PG-13 movie, this is probably one of the best. I would say, from my memory, again, I have not watched this other film. I feel like I'm about to put my foot in my mouth because I have done that with this movie. But as far as PG-13 movies go, this is top tier. I would say up there with Insidious. Insidious is another, in my opinion, very well-made, scary PG-13 movie. I don't want anybody to think that I hate this movie. I actually do really enjoy it. I'm sure that I would give it a rewatch. Maybe not right now. I'm not a big rewatch person, but I would watch it again. It's a very fun time. Mike Flanagan does a very good job. Everybody does a very good job acting. The story is very well made. I just think that I remembered it a lot scarier than what it actually was to me. So if you've watched a lot of horror, you may not find it as that scary. Like, I currently do not find it that scary. However, if you are just getting into horror and maybe want to try another jump up, I think that this is a decent film to try. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below in the comments what you think of Ouija. Have you seen, not the original Ouija, what you think of Ouija Origins of Evil? Have you seen Ouija Origins of Evil? Do you agree with my sentiments? For a PG-13 movie, it definitely gets a thumbs up for me. Probably improvement over the original. I would still say watch it if you've only seen the original. It was cute. It was cute. I wasn't upset that I rewatched it. I think I just left it kind of being like, that was it. I was expecting more. But Doris is very creepy. The actress does a very good job, and everybody does a good job. It's very cute and believable, and I had a really good time with this film, so I would definitely give it a recommendation. Thanks. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Subscribe. Now. Subscribe. Do it now.